Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad to have you here today, and I really appreciate that you are spending a little part of your day with me, because tonight I want to share with you something very simple but also very meaningful in my life, something that I have been missing for a long time and finally got the chance to do again, and that is going out to exercise in the park near my home on a free evening. So let's dive into this experience together. You know, life at 30 can sometimes feel like a whirlwind. I've been busy with work, with responsibilities, with family matters, with deadlines, and honestly, for quite a long while, I didn't really give much attention to my body or to physical exercise. I kept telling myself that I was too busy, that I would get back to it someday, that maybe next week I would go for a run, or maybe when things settled down, I would return to the gym. But the truth is, time passes quickly, and before I knew it, weeks had turned into months, and months had turned into almost a year without any real exercise. So tonight, when I realized I actually had a free evening, no urgent tasks, no sudden phone calls, no pressing deadlines, I thought to myself, why not just go outside? Why not make use of this time? Why not reconnect with something so simple yet so refreshing as moving my body and breathing the night air? That's when I decided to head out to the park near my house, a place I had not visited in a very long time. As soon as I stepped outside, I already felt a sense of freedom. The air was cooler than in the daytime, with a gentle breeze brushing against my skin. The sky was dark but calm, with a few scattered stars peeking out whenever the city lights dimmed a little. Walking down the street, I could already hear the faint sounds of laughter, of conversations, of footsteps, of people gathering at the park for their own routines. When I reached the park, it was as though the place had been waiting for me. I saw kids playing, older people walking together in small groups, some teenagers riding bicycles, and of course many others just like me, there to exercise, to jog, to stretch, to breathe. The pathways were lit by the soft glow of street lamps, and the trees cast gentle shadows on the ground, giving the whole place a peaceful yet lively energy. At first, I just started walking slowly, allowing myself to warm up, to get into the rhythm of being outside again. I could hear the sound of my footsteps mixing with the crunch of gravel under my shoes. My breathing was steady, and each inhale of cool night air filled me with a freshness I had missed for too long. I realized that sometimes it's not just the body that needs exercise, but also the mind, because this simple act of walking, of looking around, of being surrounded by nature and people, was clearing away the stress and heaviness I had been carrying. After walking a few rounds, I decided to jog lightly. At first, my body resisted, my legs felt stiff, my chest tightened, and I could feel the lack of recent exercise catching up with me. But I didn't push too hard. I told myself to go slow, to enjoy the moment, to let my body remember how it feels to move. And slowly, step by step, my muscles loosened. My breathing found its rhythm, and I felt that familiar warmth spreading through my body. The kind of warmth that tells you your blood is flowing, your heart is pumping, and you are alive in a very real way. One of the things I love about exercising at night is the atmosphere. Unlike the daytime when everything feels rushed and crowded, the night has a calmness, a slower pace. The park feels like a safe space where everyone is just there for themselves, not competing, not in a hurry, just present. I noticed a group of elderly people doing synchronized stretches, moving slowly but gracefully, reminding me that taking care of one's health has no age limit. And I saw a young couple jogging hand in hand, their laughter echoing as they encouraged each other. I even saw a man walking his dog, and the dog looked as happy as anyone else there, wagging its tail and sniffing everything in sight. Being surrounded by all these little scenes made me realize how much I had missed out by locking myself inside my busy schedule. Exercise is not just about burning calories or building muscles. It's about reconnecting with life, with people, with the world outside our walls. It's about feeling part of a bigger rhythm, the rhythm of breathing, of movement, of community. As I continued jogging, I thought back to when I was younger. In my 20s, I used to play sports regularly. I would go to the gym. I would join friends for a game of soccer or basketball. I would ride my bike just for fun. Back then, exercise was not a chore. It was a natural part of life. But as I grew older, responsibilities grew heavier. And somewhere along the line, I let that part of me slip away. Tonight. Though, I felt like I was meeting an old friend again. The friend called movement, the friend called energy, the friend called freedom. There's also something about exercising at night that makes it easier to reflect. With each step I took, I thought about my health, my future, the importance of balance. I realized that no matter how successful one might be in work, if health is neglected, everything else loses its meaning. It's like having a beautiful car but never maintaining the engine. Eventually, it will break down. Our bodies are the same. They need care. They need time. They need movement. At one point, I stopped jogging and just stood still, looking at the park around me. The lamplights shone down like little moons on the pathways. The leaves rustled softly with the wind, and I could hear distant laughter mixing with the chirping of crickets. I closed my eyes and simply breathed in. It was such a pure, simple joy. I felt grateful. Grateful for my body. Grateful for this free evening. Grateful for the park. Grateful for the reminder that health is wealth. After resting for a moment, I decided to do some stretches. I bent down, touched my toes, stretched my arms toward the sky, rotated my shoulders, twisted my waist. Each movement released tension I didn't even know I was holding. It reminded me that exercise is not only about pushing hard, but also about listening to your body, giving it the love and attention it deserves. While stretching, I noticed a small group of kids practicing badminton under a lamp. They were clumsy but cheerful, and their parents watched proudly from a bench. That scene made me smile because it showed me that the park is not just a place for exercise, but also a place for bonding, for building memories. Someday, maybe I will bring my own children here and share with them the joy of moving freely under the night sky. As the evening went on, I felt lighter and happier. The worries that usually filled my mind seemed smaller, almost insignificant. Every drop of sweat that rolled down my face carried away a little bit of stress, a little bit of fatigue, a little bit of burden. I realized that exercise at night is not just physical therapy, but also emotional therapy. It gives me space to reset, to recharge, to remind myself that I am alive and capable. Eventually, I slowed down again, walking instead of jogging, letting my heartbeat return to normal. My shirt was damp with sweat, but I didn't mind at all. In fact, it felt like a badge of honor, proof that I had shown up for myself tonight. I thought about how easy it is to make excuses, to postpone exercise, to say maybe tomorrow, but how rewarding it feels when we actually take that first step. On my way out of the park, I passed by a small pond where the water reflected the lamplight like a mirror. I stood there for a while, looking at the ripples spreading across the surface whenever a breeze touched it. It was such a peaceful sight, almost meditative. In that moment, I promised myself I wouldn't let too much time pass before I did this again. Even if life gets busy, even if responsibilities pile up, I need to make space for my health, for my body, for this simple joy. So tonight was a reminder, a wake-up call, a rediscovery. I learned again that exercise doesn't have to be complicated. It doesn't require fancy equipment, expensive memberships, or a strict routine. Sometimes, it's as simple as putting on your shoes, stepping outside, and moving your body in the fresh air. And doing it at night, under the calming sky, makes it even more special. Thank you so much for joining me on this little journey. I know tonight's video was not about something extraordinary, but I hope it reminded you too, just like it reminded me, that taking care of ourselves is one of the most valuable investments we can make. If you have been busy, and if you have been postponing exercise, maybe let this be your sign to go out and move, even if it's just for a short walk. Trust me, your body and your mind will thank you. And with that, my friends, I will wrap up this video. I had such a refreshing time exercising at the park tonight, and I am grateful I could share it with you. Don't forget to take care of yourself, to find balance, and to cherish these little moments of peace. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, Leave a comment to share your thoughts or your own exercise experiences. And of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, so we can continue this journey together. Thank you once again for spending this evening with me. I'm sending you all positive energy and encouragement to prioritize your health. Until next time, stay well, stay active, and stay happy. This is me signing off for tonight. Goodbye, everyone, and see you in the next video.